Hey, we're here in the bedroom, in the boudoir, talking about Need for Speed Shift. I've got Jesse Abney here from EA Black Box. How's it going?
Good enough, man. Good enough. We've got the presidential suite here for a couple days of press review, or preview, if you will, of the new Need for Speed Shift. So at the end of a long one, it's time for a nap.
So you've got the Gran Turismos, the Forzas of the world, Race Pro, all that stuff. Where does this game fit into that pantheon? Exactly how serious are you guys getting?
Well, I mean, we consider Gran Turismo at the extreme end of the simulator category, and it's a driving sim, and it's really not something that we felt fun ran through the middle of. I mean, we really wanted fun to be, again, that reason that people of all types of interest wanted to play Shift, and so fun's pretty high there. We want it to be accessible. We want that driver experience to be different and unique. We want not only that industry-leading next-gen tech engine that Slightly Mad Studios had developed, a beautiful physics model for extreme racing, but we wanted that that experience to really be something nobody had seen yet. Unless you've been behind the wheel of a real race car, unless you hit a wall at 200 miles an hour, do you know what the impact and what the detriment is to your physiology? And we really want to bring that experience to this game.
What are the effects you're going to see, like when you hit a wall, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole laundry list of things that bring it about that you've seen here today. We've exemplified in this very early demo is just everything from the audio cues to the VFX treatments. There's extreme camera shake. There's camera systems running where the driver's head would be separate from the camera system mounted in the cockpit. So the chassis of the car rock and roll across the different surface types while the driver head remains relatively still. So it's more of a visceral connection to the vehicle itself and the natural movements. The driver is in the cockpit fully animated, so his hands are gripping the wheel, tightening, relaxing, moving from the wheel to the gear shift. His feet are shifting using the clutch, accelerating with the gas. Everything is modeled both inside and outside of the car. High-speed impacts result in complete disorientation, complete and utter camera shake, disorientating angles, as well as a full frame blur effect. And simple things like pushing ahead in the frame when you brake, pulling back when you accelerate, gives the player a legitimate impression of acceleration and braking power. We really want drivers of high-performance cars inside race events to look at the road ahead. The cockpits are great, but at speed, you really shouldn't be paying attention to them. So some of the subtleties is blurring that out, making it less defined, and really creating a bit of a tunnel vision effect on the road ahead so that people at high speed can stay in control.
Who's coming up with all this stuff? I mean, it's not just happening at Black Box. Can you
No.
tell us who else is behind this?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a collaboration. Slightly Mad Studios has a pedigree in really complex simulation racing games. They are members of the creators of GTR and GTR Legends, and certainly along with Patrick Soderlund, who's our Senior Vice President, European GM, and co-founder of DICE Studios, is a semi-professional race car driver. And when Patrick was introduced to the tech engine that Slightly Mad Studios had created, and understanding their pedigree in simulation racing, he wanted to bring that driver experience that he brings firsthand to the design. And this, to him and Slightly Mad, became a core design tenet of Shift. This is how it feels to be at speed. This is how it feels to be braking into a corner. This is how it feels to miss that corner and hit a wall. And that is really that differentiating factor, and that firsthand knowledge that Patrick Soderlund brings from his extensive practice on the track, as well as participation in things like 24-hour Dubai race, where his team just placed 5th.
Need for Speed has always had kind of like the feature set that people come to expect. There's always like a storyline and all this stuff going on in the background. Are you guys going to have any kind of throwbacks to that series at all, or is this just like straight ahead?
We're not looking for a narrative to drive the action in this story like was experienced in something like Pro Street, but really for a very deep and intertwined career experience to be integral to that driver experience, to really help carry the player and motivate the player through the individual events, the individual classes, to the ultimate, completion state of the game.
Cool. And when are we going to see this thing?
This will be a fall 2009 release.
Excellent. Can we take a nap now? Is that cool?
It's time to go, man. It's time to go.
Let's get the hell out of here then.
Good night.